why don't we start off with a quick introduction, and we'll do the same thing. We'll raise hands. We'll start with Bill Kosick. All right, hi, Bill. Bill is a professional engineer, certified energy manager, lead accredited professional, and a building energy modeling professional with over 25 years experience. He has held director level and managing engineer roles and has worked on projects in over 20 countries in Europe, Asia, and the Americas. And here's a fun fact. He holds a secret clearance issued by the U.S. Department of State.
You weren't supposed to say that.
Oh, yeah. Don't tell anybody. That's between us. So when he says, I can't tell you or I might have to kill you, he means it. So, Benny Skelton. Benny is the founder and president of Cyclone Energy Group, a Chicago-based building performance consulting firm. As a consulting engineer, Skelton specializes in energy-efficient and sustainable buildings and is recognized as an expert in building energy simulation, building commissioning, and retro-commissioning. Benny has earned prestigious awards for engineering design achievement, including multiple LEED Platinum certifications and first place ASHRAE International Design Competition. By the way, he's run several marathons, including Chicago, Boston, Paris, and competed twice in the Ironman Wisconsin Triathlon. So don't bet on any races. So thanks for joining us, Benny. Todd Williams. Todd Williams is Vice President and Division Manager for Leidos Engineering, specializing in facility and production systems for industrial and commercial industries. He is a certified product management professional, PMP, that has managed facility and production system projects for several Fortune 500 clients. He has received his BS in electrical engineering from the University of Cincinnati and his MBA from Baker College. Todd has over 25 years of industry experience, including almost 20 years at Leidos. And his fun fact is he said he is the embodiment of all the research that we just presented a little bit earlier today. So thank you, gentlemen, for joining us today. So let's start off with some of the obvious. We've been talking a lot about content throughout the day, marketing, messaging, et cetera. And I want to start off with some basics. You know, what type of content, let's start off here, are you looking for and at what stage? And this is a very broad question, but I think it's going to take us down the path that we want to go. So, Bill, should we start with you?
No. No, I think the content is critical. I mean, I think, we joke a lot about the engineers and how detailed they are, but, face it, what we're doing is really important from a long-term operating cost, but also from a short-term or capital cost. And the greatest amount of detailed data we can get up front, whether it's performance data or dimensional data or any other installations that we can go see, that really aids that process and moves it along much quicker. So I highly doubt you could give us too much information. That would probably be impossible. So and it's very important to make it accurate and actionable, usable.
So Todd, along that line, when the information comes from another engineer or even one of the manufacturers out there, does that make a difference to you?
Yeah, I think it really doesn't matter where the information comes from. I think at the core of it, engineers like to problem solve. So if you're giving them information that's something that they've already done, it's not as interesting. But if it's new information that they can go, oh, this is how I can leverage this into a new solution to help client X do Y, and they can piece it together and then go to the client and look good to the client and say, see, I told you I'm an engineer and know it all because here's the solution. I think that plays whether it's, it doesn't really matter how it's delivered as long as that content, they can use it. So.
Benny, what's your take on this?
Yeah, I'll agree with both those comments and add to what Bill said. There isn't too much information. We're going to dig in and look for real detailed information right away. But the one thing that deters me from doing that, or the people in my office from doing that, is fluff. There's a lot of people trying to market and put information out there that isn't something that I really care about, and I'm trying to decipher things. I'm trying to figure it out and solve the problem myself, so I don't always believe all of that. So I do take information from an engineer because I think we communicate on the same wavelength very seriously. From a manufacturer, as long as it's not fluff-driven or greenwashed and a lot of things that I do with efficiency, then I'll pay attention to that.
Excellent.